Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
We're just a totally tubular couple in love. Let's reckon to some Total War Warhammer.
Every time you say that, I think of like Wayne and Garth.
Yeah. Or Bill and Ted.
Or Bill and Ted, yeah. Yeah.
So checking out all the Chaos Dwarf campaign cinematics for Total War Warhammer 3. If you want all of our Total War Warhammer reactions, check out the description of this video. We got a playlist there for you. Okay, you ready to check this out?
I am.
Okay.
Echoed throughout the minds of the Darwizar is a legend of immeasurable power hidden deep under the mountains. A liquid magic so potent it can raise entire cities, leaving nothing but cinders and ash.
Damn.
I was just about to say that same thing.
Eager to exploit this power, the sorcerer prophets of Zarnagrund sought to reach the source of this demonic substance. The domain of their malign god, Hashut, the father of darkness.
What could go wrong?
I know, right?
Getting into bed with him.
For centuries they dug, exhausting countless workers as they delved deeper than the mountain roots themselves. 2 ashen moons ago, in the depths of the darkest pit, a discovery was made. A trickle of pure power, a crimson seam divining a way through the rocky layers to where Hashut dwells. And so, it was bottled in a vessel of infernal design.
Cool.
Rushed to the surface through the fires of industry to the highest authority.
And who might that be?
In the council chambers of Astragoth Ironhand, it was presented. Roiling with unholy energy, its gloriously terrible glow glinted in the eyes of all who set their gaze upon it. The blood of Hashut. Far rarer than warpstone and gold, very few vials had ever been extracted from the mines. The key to limitless power.
Warbu Dakangron, Grasrinks Tarain.
Astragoth, High Priest of Hashut, roared to the god of darkness. And he replied.
Oh, you're gonna be sorry you did that.
Ancient channels etched in rock flow with molten fury. A great drill shall be constructed, forged in the dread fires of the Darklands, imbued with strength to bore through the bedrock and breach a godly domain.
Urtsi will Shabad.
The forge burns. The fires catch from the depths. The Chaos Dwarves will rise.
Nice.
The launch site is made ready at a speed so furious, it becomes a mass graveyard for hundreds of exhausted workers. Expendable lives, for only the drill is of concern. The remaining construction must be imbued with dark sorcery, for the blood of Hashut lies not only in the darkest depths of the world, but in a godly domain where no mortal engine can reach it. 4 dwarf relics are required, each to be corrupted in the forges of the demon smiths. Only then shall the drill summon power enough to shatter solid rock and the foundations of reality itself. As the abhorrent relics lie undiscovered, A sacrifice must be undertaken to gain Hashut's blessing and reveal their locations. Relics hold great power, yet such strength will not wake in the hands of the Chaos Dwarves. And so the demon smiths must corrupt the artifacts, turning them into weapons worthy of Zarnagrund. Such potent magic takes a hideous toll on those who wield its might. The halls of Zarnagrund are lined with the frozen forms of past sorcerers, their statues standing in mute testament to the curse of petrification, the blight of all Chaos Dwarf sorcerers.
So that's the answer to
When a
what
single
could possibly go wrong.
bead of Hashut's blood drips upon the relic, a deadly broth begins to boil as if in rage, the liquid doubling in volume. Determined to turn this unholy reaction to their own advantage, a coven of demon smiths start to experiment with the infernal mercury. The cunning and cruelty of demon smiths is equally matched by a voracious greed for knowledge. Further experiments reveal the blood of captive dwarves thickening, a physical toll of their master's dark sorcery. This petrification by proxy is seized on by the Coven as a chance to escape the awful curse that hangs over all their tribe. The demon smiths refine their dark recipe to an astounding conclusion. A sorcerer may practice his infernal power without suffering the effects of petrification, transposing the affliction to enemies through a demonic blood pact. At last, the long-feared curse has been circumvented. Freed from their shackles, the Chaos Dwarf sorcerers can indulge without penalty. The Hellworkers labor to bind a demon to the first dwarf relic, despoiling it completely before placing it into boilers of the great drill of Hashut. Such desecration will be remembered by the dwarves of the West. Yet it was they that cast the first stone. It was their ancestor gods who abandoned the forefathers of the Darwizar as they ventured eastward into the Dark Lands. All dwarves can bear grudges, and those in the West shall never be forgiven. A second relic bound with a demon to power the furnaces of the colossal drill. Yet, unknown to the demon smiths, the hidden runes of the artifact pull the beards of dwarves hundreds of leagues away. Word spreads across the Karaz Angkor on its way to Everpeak. One clan, eager to enact vengeance, musters its warriors. The third demon lends brutal strength to the engines of the drill. Yet, as this vile spirit rides in the final throes of freedom, it spits out a message of mockery.
That's a cool image. I mean, terrifying image, but...
This bitter prophecy forecasts the union of the mountain realms. That a mighty army amasses to right the grudge that burns on the pages of the Damas Kron for the desecration of their holy relics. With the fourth relic demon-bound, the Great Drill has the power to breach Hashut's domain. The mighty construct begins to thrum and quiver, shaking the ground as it prepares to launch its fearsome assault.
I really don't think you should do that.
Yet beyond the Ash Ridge Mountains, the ground shakes in ominous echo. For a vast alliance marches under the banner of High King Thorgrim Grudgebearer. The grudge of all grudges shall be settled.
Okay.
The ultimate blessings of Hashut are nigh. Bound to the Great Drill, the ancestor relics cede their power to the diabolical machine. A terrifying feat of forgecraft to bore into the Chaos Realm. The blood of the Bull God, now at the fingertips of the worthiest Darwizar. Yet there are those who seek to interfere with Hashut's plan.
You probably shouldn't
The
do that.
Darwiz
No.
seek vengeance for the pilfering of their relics. By braving this place, they surely bring doom upon themselves.
Yeah, y'all really need to do it before Hashut is free.
Hashazurak, Kalsfaital Fauts.
Without warning, the igneous barrier between worlds is suddenly breached. But the sorcerer prophets struggle to contain the torrent of escaping chaos magic.
You can't control that, it's chaos. It's in the name!
Other demonic powers are seizing their moment, bringing forth horrors from the other side that thirst for slaughter. The Darwizar must ensure that only Hashut prevails. With the chaos magic contained, the blood of Hashut flows forth. But there is one final challenge to this unlimited power. The Grudgebearer and his cronies approach.
There they are! The traitors!
Grudgebearer.
The grudge-mongers! The vile, wretched Dawiskop that have fled the love of our ancestors! We stop this abomination that burrows into the rock! A machine powered by remnants of our gods! Such desecration needs to be answered in kind! I will tear out every page of the Damas Kron to address this most wanton of grudges. Royal Dwarfs, the clans of Karazankor unite. Ready your axes. Clean the heads of every Dawizar you come across. Burn their beards.
Burn their
Drag
beards.
them. Drag them all.
Okay.
Doesn't look like it wants well for you.
Once more, the dwarves of the West prove how weak they truly are. For even their High King lies dead upon the field.
Oh boy.
The blood of Hashut gushes from ancient reservoirs, filling great halls with liquid power. Sorcery, once thought impossible, can now be cast. Spells to shatter mountains.
Power corrupts, absolute power.
Having
corrupts
fulfilled Hashut's will, Astrogoth feels the old power return to his petrified form. At
Ooh,
last,
good shot.
the High Priest regains his position of preeminence. All must bow before his hybrid majesty, or be sacrificed in the fires of Zarnagrund.
I think he might be sacrificed in the fires of Tsar Grund.
Yeah.
Sorry, beautiful.
Nah, I'm always getting sacrificed. I'm a heretic. Comes with the territory.
I mean, this was the Chaos Dwarfs, so like they had to win. This was their cinematics. But I like how you always pull for the good guys.
I try. No, it's funny because I mean, as you're talking here about how like, I'd be sacrificed, I'm like, yeah, I'm the heretic. I'd always go for that. It was funny because the language around the Chaos Dwarfs was so akin to like satanic worship.
Yeah.
With like demonic and diabolical and all this stuff. And I was sitting here and I was thinking, I was like, yeah, I mean, I always talk about being a heretic and all. And I'm like, but I definitely know that I'm not an atheist because we watched a movie last night about, or no, not last night, but during the hurricane of all things.
Yeah.
We watched a movie about like demonic possession and exorcism, a new Russell Crowe one that's out on Netflix. And as we were sitting there watching, I'm like, I don't necessarily believe in this, but I also wouldn't mess with it. Like, I might not believe in the devil, but I'm also not going to mess around with Satanism. And it just kind of like struck me as they were talking about how these dwarves were going into the earth and like messing with stuff they shouldn't be messing with and all. And I thought, yeah, like it's just not going to end well.
Well, I mean, for them it ended well. For the Chaos Dwarfs, it ended very well.
For right now,
they're very happy. It's true.
This is a chapter in their life, and they won this chapter. But I have a feeling it's not going to end well for them ultimately.
Yeah, probably not. I really enjoyed the first opening cinematic for this one. I kind of wish they had kind of kept through that. I mean, they got a budget and they got to stick to it and whatever, so they couldn't obviously do the same they did for the opening cinematic and the ending that they did for the cinematics like in between them. Would have liked to seen a little bit more of that. Like I don't know, just like because the story is very cool and like and rich and everything, and I think the Chaos Dwarves are a fun faction. So yeah, I just would have liked to have seen more
like animation instead of just storybook telling.
Yeah, I would like to, yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I will say I got very Lord of the Ring vibes from this.
Oh yeah, for
like,
sure, the voice and everything like that.
The female voiceover, which was reminiscent of Galadriel. She opens Lord of the Rings, the movies, and then I don't know, just the whole like going into the mines made me think that way as well. But I agree, like the most impressive visuals bookended this. And it would be cool to see more of this faction in that style of cinematic.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, Total War Warhammer is something you could probably create a whole animated TV show around.
Oh yeah. With
all the different factions and the different characters and stuff. I'm kind of surprised they haven't yet, just because there's so much material here to work with. I'm
sure they will, or like, I think Warhammer has its own channel now, like Warhammer Plus or whatever. So maybe they have some stuff over there as well. But yeah, still enjoy checking this out and learning a little bit more about the Chaos Dwarfs. Let us know what you thought about this down below in the comments. And if you want all of our Total War Warhammer reactions, check out the description of this video. We got a playlist there for you. So let's link to our Patreon. You can get early ad-free access to our reactions. We're also checking out If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device, some more Warhammer content. Thanks so much for checking out our reaction for all the Chaos Dwarfs cinematics in Total War Warhammer 3, but just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.